thank you, Brittany, for joining us in the booth.
Of course. How are you guys?
We're doing great.
We're doing fantastic. We're loving what we're watching tonight.
We were ecstatic about your call with the
Oh my
7.
gosh,
We
yeah,
were
against
talking.
Deborah.
Yeah,
Oh
we
man.
loved it. We
You know,
loved
I just didn't believe her. And the crazy thing is if I got a spade on the river, I was gonna shove with like what did I have? 8, 9
I
or
think you had
7,
third
8.
pair,
You had a
7,
But
8.
like I was still gonna
Yeah.
have like mid flush and I just I
Right.
don't know, like I just couldn't fold it. I was like, if I lose this, it is what it is. But
Well-
that was definitely my hero call of the day.
It was, if you listen back to the stream, that's exactly what I said. I said, you called the turn. Now, I could see the cards, obviously, but I was like, you called the turn.
And
Nothing
I knew I was
changed on the river.
committed, yeah, too. And I can't, like the poker player in me, like, yeah, you're right. I called the turn. Like, I don't even know why I tanked, but sometimes you just get that feeling of like, oh, what am I getting myself into?
And
I knew she was gonna go
Well-
super hard, but I
was
just
thinking
had
if
to
you,
do it.
I said, don't think long, because
I know.
normally you
that's-
get confused.
And you start talking yourself out of
yeah,
it.
Yeah,
Well, that's what happens when she goes super hard on the river. You think to yourself, maybe she really did have it. Maybe I'm wrong, and then you almost talk yourself into a fold. But,
It's like one of those things where it's like if I'm wrong on that feeling, like that's a lesson I have to pay
Then
for,
you're wrong.
maybe.
Then
Yeah,
you're wrong.
because
Yeah.
I couldn't let it go.
I like that
had to
attitude.
call her.
I like
Yeah.
that.
For those of you tuning in, Brittany was in a hand with Deborah, and Deborah bet $300 on the river with a blank, and Brittany had third pair, and she sat there for maybe a half a minute and ended up making the call
After calling a fairly good sized bet
150 on the turn.
So
with a flush draw.
So it was
out
a
there,
lot of pressure.
over cards,
Yes.
and made a great call on the river, and I was just like, that was top notch.
Yeah.
Super play from
Oh
you.
my gosh, the stare down, I felt so bad. I was like, please don't hate me.
She looked back at her cards and goes, how do you call with
Because
that?
at first she's like, oh yeah, you're good. And then like she saw what I had and she's like, are you serious? I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I just
just
really
went with
felt
it.
like I was the one that had it. I didn't think she had anything. And
But she showed some bluffing hands earlier. Does that factor it in the hands at all with you? Do you guys remember him show her bluffs or?
a little bit. Like I personally try not to get too hung up on that part just because, like, we all know that game. You want to show a few bluffs that way you hook
paid
them
off,
in.
right?
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Hook them in like that for the end. So I try my best to move on from hands because like you can get so tilted like thinking about the wrong move you made, especially like with these streams. You can go back and watch yourself and it's like, oh, I could have did this differently. So I don't want to say that. I think it was literally just the way the hand played out in itself. Like she bet on the third spade, and so that got my call. And then when the spade didn't come, because my plan was if a spade came on the river again, yeah, I was going to shove. So when she did 300, it was a perfect thing, I guess, to try to get me off of it. But I just had that feeling like, she bet
Well, John-
sizable to my stack. I was kind of low.
John was saying the same thing. He goes, the deuce changes. If you can call 150 with a 7, and the board doesn't change on the river as a deuce, a clubs or something, you almost call every time. Mm-hmm. And if she's got an ace or jack, whatever it is, it is. But it was a great call. Great call. Great play.
Yeah, man.
Oh, we were loving it.
Yeah.
That
Very
was-
impressed.
This game was so much fun, though. Honestly, I'm glad that we had it. And personally, I've never, in all the years I've played, I've never gotten a chance to play with only females. So it was a great experience. I'm glad it's on the stream so I can go back and like remember. But it was so much fun. I hope we can get it together again.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a
And,
great game. I mean, the
That would be
girls.
Maybe even
Fantastic.
lower stakes. I mean, I know it's exciting to watch us all with big stacks, but even like a fun little 200 men, 300 men, like it's all good.
Yeah, so if you guys get to go, because we were curious, maybe if a 1-3 with a $200 or $300 buy-in, but Bubbles was saying the 5-5 $500 min was a great game that she thought you guys were all playing perfectly.
It all worked out,
so
yeah.
it worked out perfectly.
Yeah, I'm glad it did the way it did. It was a lot of fun, for sure. Like I'm sure you see us like half the time. I don't know if you can hear us that well, but we're all just like laughing all the time, and
I can tell.
nobody really took a hit too hard or got upset. Like it was such a fun game. We had so many guys coming in like, can I throw on a wig and a dress? Like, no, get out of here. We don't want y'all. Like, this is our night.
Don't come here like you do in the after hours.
Yeah.
We don't wanna see that.
Bubbles did mention that you were joking about having one guy in there that you guys could just feed on, but so
Yeah, but no.
because that would be me, because you guys could feed on. I would be the one getting destroyed by you guys.
One thing we asked Bubbles, maybe you can expand on this, but about the running it twice. Because she got it in with Ace King against Deborah's flush draw,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they didn't run it twice. No one ran it twice tonight. So were you guys even aware that you could run it twice, or do you guys don't think about that? Or
I don't think anybody thought about it, to be honest with you. And I feel like for the whole stream, we didn't really have that many all-ins.
That's true.
We were all kind of just showing it because we knew it was going to be on the stream anyway. So it just never was even asked, to be honest with you.
Right.
Not that we weren't aware, but it was just kind of like we're all playing this game, and whatever you have, we go all in. We're just going to show it down.
Yeah, now that you mention it, that was really the only hand I think that I can recall that probably
might have been
would
There
have
was
been.
like two
Yeah,
other
yeah.
more. Yeah, I think maybe there was 3 all-ins altogether. But
Yeah.
you know, we were kind of playing sizably with the bets that we had, so there wasn't really a lot of need to
Right,
try
run
to
it
run it
twice.
twice. Yeah.
There's the sevens again. You had sevens about 12 times tonight, I think.
I
We've got
know. Oh my gosh.
sevens and queens were going around crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But sevens, other players that were getting sevens all night as well. But yeah, you had them a lot.
There's a hand where Bubbles was on a flush draw and Vicky was on the nut flush draw,
4 hearts though.
and someone else had a hand, and
I
then
feel like I folded 5 deuce of hearts that time, and I was thinking like, man, I almost had a straight flush. Well,
Right.
I wasn't gonna call pre-flop either, but
Right.
yeah.
and a set of sevens.
Yeah,
Yeah,
set of
that first
sevens.
time I had sevens when Vicky had her real big hand with the kings. It was like
Yes.
Vicky had kings, and I feel like Deborah had queens.
Queens.
I
Deborah
had
had the queens.
sevens,
You
and
had
Erica
sevens.
had sixes.
That's correct.
And it was crazy because I wanted to get out of that hand so much, but the pot was getting so big, so the degen in me was just like, oh man, I want to be in this pot. And then like it kept running out closer and closer to a straight. I ended up with like a gut shot. So like I had to do all of that just to fold for $100. I'm
Right.
disappointed in myself, but I mean, you know, when you beat. So sometimes the size of the pot just makes you want to like play.
And then the next
Yeah.
card gets you in even more trouble.
I
We've
know.
all been, we've
Yes,
all been
I'm
there.
like, at least give me a blank so I can
Yeah,
get rid of
we've
this.
all
Nope,
been there.
give me another straight
Yeah,
card.
sucks
and
you right in
here
there.
I am for
Yeah.
another 100 whatever dollars.
Exactly.
But
You got one of my favorite hands right here, the 10-9 suited.
I really like that hand. For this one right now, the 9-10 of diamonds. I had posted, and then I don't know, like, I don't know if we were talking or something happened, but I kind of got a little distracted. So I almost wanted to raise his hand because I like it pre-flop,
Sure.
but it wouldn't have worked out anyway. So
Yeah, Holly decides to raise with the 4s and jacks, and
yeah, man, Holly really brought her A game today. She definitely brought
Holly's
a lot
a
of
tough
action.
player.
Yeah.
She plays well.
I love playing with her though. She's great. Or like how she got me. I don't know if the hands already passed, but I feel like ace 8 suited and she
Yes.
had queens.
Yes, that
So
was the
here's the
hand.
thing with that is that it was still on her, but Sylvia and whoever was next to her, I'm sorry, they both acted out of turn. So then she looks and then she raised it to 75. So I'm thinking like, okay, that was a good move. You're going to get them out of the hand. So I called her thinking I'm suited, flopped the top pair, but I just, I don't know. I just believed her.
so
Right.
And I'm glad I did because she had queens. So
Yeah,
I would have
we-
lost,
we
but
had-
I
we
have
had-
top pairs. So I'm
Did
like,
you bet 200
Did
and
you-
she raised all in?
I bet 150.
That's
Okay,
what it was,
that's
because
what-
we missed the action on that because on the screen it said she checked, which I thought was a great play. And then next thing I know, it said she was all in, but it never had your action. So I was like,
Yeah.
you must have bet something.
She checked it to me. I bet 150, and then she shoved, and then that's when you see me sitting there
Yeah.
like, oh, girl, what are you doing to me
Yeah,
right now?
right.
You know, like I don't know what you have, but I definitely flopped. And then I'm also thinking too, again, because they acted out of turn. So I'm thinking like my 8's good here, but sometimes you just gotta like women's intuition. All of us
Hey,
on the same table.
it's a great
Like
fold.
I
I
was
mean,
just
you-
like,
you had-
and then there's a flush draw too, and so even if I'm good with the 8,
Yeah.
if she is on the flush draw, hits another club, I'm done for. So
Sure.
it wasn't really worth it.
Right, exactly. That's what we're saying too.
Yep.
But yeah,
That-
she
that was
played
one-
great. Honestly, everybody really
you played
did a
great.
good job today.
We were really impressed.
Thanks, y'all.
Yeah, we liked it.
It was fun watching.
Definitely enjoyed it.
Brittany's on the table. She's in the booth. We are 30 minutes behind. That's where you're able to still see her on the stream. But she's in here enjoying a little break right now before the stream ends.
And it's fun to get it's fun to get this insight from what was going on out there, and talk through some of these hands.
How'd you think about Genevieve? How she played with the kings on a ace high board? Was it?
Oh, the hand where she got Holly. That was a very fun hand to
She
watch.
shoved on the river
She
with the
shoved on
flush.
the river with the flush
without
out
a flush,
there.
but
Yeah.
there's a flush on the river.
Do you remember that hand?
I'm not sure.
You weren't
I think
involved in it.
I think I might have like caught the very end of that. But something I will say, I think she's a great player. But she is more, I hope this is the right word, conservative, you know? So I feel like, you know, when you're in a pot with her, just be prepared for that. You know, she definitely gets it in good with good hands.
I've done it.
And she is not as like maybe loosey goosey as the rest of us are. We're like calling little stuff here and there. She plays her hands really well. So yeah, I really think we had a really awesome table of girls today. I'm glad I was able to be a part of it.
Yeah, so are we.
Absolutely.
You did a great job.
Thanks.
You showed well.
And you know what? I have to clock in here pretty soon.
Oh, you're going to work.
Yeah.
That's right.
I was like hoping I didn't
Yeah.
lose all my money because I didn't want to lose everything and then still clock into work all
Right.
sad.
And then
But that's
miss deal,
poker.
miss
It is
deal,
what
miss
it
deal.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys come down, if you guys haven't played here, Brittany is one of our dealers here. You generally work in the overnight shifts now. But,
Yeah, I work nights now.
Yeah, but she's excellent what she does. She takes a lot of flack from us on the mixed games, but she takes care. She gives it back to us. She runs the game. She knows how to run this game.
Well, thanks for joining us in the
For
booth.
sure.
Great
Thank you
playing.
guys for having
We're
me.
very happy to watch
Yes.
you win.
And y'all did
And,
a great job too, keeping
appreciate
everything
it.
flowing. I know it was a little hiccups here and there, but yeah, everything worked out awesome. So
Thank you.
you guys as well.
Hey, thank
Go,
you.
go make
All
some
right.
money the
Yeah.
hard way.
Gotta
Yeah,
do it.
right? Y'all have a good one.
Exactly.
Bye.
Go to work. Go to work. That was Brittany. She played phenomenally tonight, and it was fun to watch. She has to go to work now.
Bubbles in the building. Get your glass of wine and click like and subscribe.